Hello guys, in this video I'm going to show how you can use Plunker in order to create a very basic AngularJS 1.4 application. um, Configure some few routes. So let's begin. So I have a AngularJS 1.4. Now in along with this I need UI router. Okay, UI router is added. Let's say that I I need I'm just going to create some dummy content here. This might be the common content that will be present on all the screens. Now let's say I have a UI sref, which is the AngularJS way of writing URLs. So let's say that this will have something like contacts.list, which is the state that I'm going to configure, and let's say this has contacts. So save, run this. Yeah, now you would see that you have dummy contacts and you have contacts. And another important thing is you have to define a UI view, which will be replaced by the the child templates. Now the point I was trying to make was the contacts that is supposed to be a hyperlink is not yet a hyperlink. This is because the state contacts.list has not yet been configured. Now we are going to fix that by first writing a config will which will take first URL router provider, then it could take a state provider, and the whole thing is that is defined within square brackets, because this could be, it's the JavaScript's way of dependency injection. And state provider, and let's define our function here, right? As you might have noticed that as and when we type, you'll see that the editor refreshes, and you can also see if there is an error. But also it's a good practice that you refresh the page once in a while, so in case if the refresh hasn't happened, then you will know that, else you will not know something is wrong, and it should not be, or the other way around. Now you see that unknown provider, URL router provider. This is because you have URL router provider. Yeah, now we configure the URL router provider and state provider, which comes from a package or a JavaScript module called UI router. So you always have to import your JavaScript modules like this within the square brackets. And once we do this and refresh the page, you should see that there are no errors. Now let's define the states. State is defined using state provider dot state, and let's define our first state, and let's call it home, and let that have a default URL, and let that have a template which can just it could just be some random text. This is let's this could be an independent state with no childs. Now we are going to define another state, which is now going to have some child states, and this has a URL slash contacts, and like I said, this this is this has styles, and this is also a abstract. This is also abstract, which means that this really is not a view that would be rendered as such. So template URL will be let's define this contacts.html. Right now, let's refresh. There are no errors. You have the hello world that is for the default URL printed here. Now let's add the contacts.list state. So this will be dot state contacts.list URL/list and template URL contacts.list.html. Now what I'm going to define a controller Angular function which takes a scope as through dependency injection, and let me define a JavaScript array of objects containing ID 0 and let's say name is let's say John Doe, and let's say one, and let's say name is let's call this contacts. So, and I'm going to create 3 templates: contacts.html, contacts.list.html, and contacts.details.html. Now you define this in the parent route, so that the child routes can replace this template part. So the list.html, I'm going to have a list, and I'm going to use the AngularJS engine repeat to repeat the contact from scope and define a UI sref or a URL with the state contacts.details and pass in an ID from the contacts ID, and I'm going to use this curly brace syntax, which evaluates it's AngularJS expression, and it prints the name. Now I'm going to go to detail, and I'm just going to print the name. Now back to Angular app.js. So here I'm going to define the next state contacts.details and URL will be just slash id. This is a URL parameter that will be replaced. So that will be replaced inside. That will be the ID which is replaced in the A UI as rough. So this is function of scope and state params, and this. So here I'm going to have the person to have scope dot contacts dollar state param. This dollar state params is the same value from the AI from the UI from A UI as well. So this person, this should be person. So you have like this. You had noticed, you'll see there are some errors, but you have to be sure that there are no errors. Okay, now you click on contacts, so you get John Doe and Tim. So now you click on John Doe, you see John Doe. You click on Tim, you see Tim. So now that's how you can use Plunker, use any of your front-end frameworks. You can quickly create a snippet like this. Understand your understand the framework much better, easier, and you can also share this code, post it in Stack Overflow, which they highly recommend. So that's it. Thank you.